There was a time when wealth meant survival. There was a time when money felt like safety. There was a time when accumulation looked like worth. Bune asks you to step beyond that phase. The question is simple and radical. What does wealth mean beyond money? So join me now in and through the Static Seance. Bune is associated with wealth, eloquence, and the dead, which already tells you something important. He governs not just what you gather, but what remains. In older systems, Bune is a steward, a keeper of resources, and a manager of circulation. He understands that hoarded wealth will rot, and that circulated wealth sustains. Bune reveals where you equivalated worth with accumulation. Not necessarily because you were greedy, but because you were afraid. Scarcity teaches harsh math. When you've lived without, money stops being symbolic and starts being existential. So let's start there in the past. What scarcity shaped you? For many of us, scarcity wasn't theoretical. It wasn't budgeting advice. It was hunger, instability, uncertainty. Scarcity teaches you to grip tightly, to measure value numerically, to fear loss more than stagnation. That's not shameful, that's conditioning. But Bune won't let you stay there forever. Because abundance, once achieved, must evolve, or it'll collapse into anxiety. So in the present, what abundance sustains you? Not impressing others or signaling success. What sustains you? Is it time, creative output, trusted relationships, the ability to speak freely, the capacity to leave situations that diminish you? Bune reminds you that wealth is not static. It breathes. True wealth circulates. Money is only one current. Attention is another. Care is another. Knowledge is another. Creative labor is another. And some of the richest people that you'll meet don't look wealthy at all, but they leave rooms fuller than they found them. And that's stewardship. The transformation that Bune demands is subtle but irreversible. Value becomes relational, not numerical. You stop asking, how much do I have? And start asking, what does this create? That shift will change everything. And finally, what legacy enriches others? Legacy doesn't require fame. It requires intention. What will survive you? Not materially, but relationally. What knowledge do people now carry because you shared it? What courage exists because you modeled it? What clarity remains because you spoke when silence was easier? Bune governs the dead because the dead teach us this. You don't take wealth with you. You leave it behind in whatever form you cultivated it. So Bune says, leave more than you take. Not because you're self-sacrificing either, but because circulation keeps you alive while you're here. And richness is measured in what survives you. Not what you guarded, not what you hoarded, but what you entrusted to the world and watched to grow. And Bune doesn't ask you to reject money. He asks you to contextualize it. to stop associating accumulation with meaning, because abundance without responsibility collapses, and abundance with intention becomes nourishment. Yeah, for others and for yourself. So ask that question slowly. What does wealth mean beyond money? And listen for the answer that doesn't panic. That's the one worth building towards.
She got the red painted on her conversator, green eyes and a black hair on, boots up to her knees, got me light years later. Blink my eyes and my trees are gone. Hats off, stems growing out her way down. We picked the bottles on the highest shelf, broken shards in my knees.